Hello, I'm EnterElysium, and welcome to Aurora 4X, the incredibly frustrating, fantastic space strategy game. So, we've got one of our more loved systems here, Subject Delta, and we have, suddenly, a craft from the Ghosts, a Deathwing, which was one of their ridiculously fast military ships. Don't know what it does, other than it is a military ship. And it is quite close in the system, and I don't think it came through any of our jump points. Now, if we have a look, Subject Delta has a few jump points, but most of them are internal to our empire, so it's hard to kind of figure out where the hell this came from. How did it get here? Slaying Hurdle's a dead end. Mr. Grey? Well, possibly. Ice Lord, possibly. It would have to come through, like, somewhere up here. Like, through Neltab or something. Pepstar? It could have come from... No, it can't have come from there, because we've got defenses set up. The Pepstar jump point. Possibly Slaying Hurdle or Ice Lord. But Slaying Hurdle is a dead end, so... I'm thinking maybe it went through Ice Lord from Zanmar, Neltab. So we need to explore in the Neltab direction. In addition, I think it might be worth doing another scan of Subject Delta, just to check there's not like a dormant jump point that we've missed. Now, I've mentioned dormant jump points before. They're kind of annoying. It's not as fun as it sounds. It's just where the game is like, I need to create a jump point. There's nowhere to create a jump point to. Everything's already taken. I guess I'll create a new one that no one knew about. And it basically creates a new jump point as opposed to a jump point waiting to be discovered. And effectively, even if you already scanned the system, it will add a jump point. And because you've already scanned it, you can't find that jump point unless you do... Where is it? No geosurvey? No grav survey. You've got to redo the grav survey somehow. There's a button here. Either way, there is a button that allows you to basically say, I haven't scanned the system. Let me scan the system again. Explore jump point, stabilize jump point, destabilize. Where is it? There is a button. Button. Who's got the button? I mean, you can hit full grav survey, but that's a space mastery thing. I mean, I'd be tempted to, quite honestly. It's annoying. The other way is to be able to see them transiting, but that's just kind of annoying. And it's kind of a game system thing of like, it's not designed to be this way. It's kind of like, I guess we need to chuck a jump point in somehow. So I wouldn't be totally averse to hitting a full grav survey to find it. If there was one. Maybe they got rid of the button in C#. There used to be a button. Don't know where the button is. You got full grav survey, full geo, but there's no grav. Is there like a way to do this? Can't find it. Which is strange. You know what I can do? If I turn off Space Master mode. Nope. Okay. Fine. Be that way, game. Full graph survey hasn't added anything. Okay, very well. It's definitely they came from somewhere further away. We're going to tell them to leave. This is my system. Please leave. We can say subject delta, miscellaneous, protection, demand leave. There we go. That's the one we want. Okay, you're still in my system and we still actually haven't requested you leave. And annoyingly, you're now above one of my colonies. I don't really take kindly to that. Not that I have a way of stopping you. And you've been kind of passive so far, so I'm not really going to jump to conclusions and shoot you, but if this was another circumstance, I would have. Mate, you need to go. If I bring up the alien. Subject Delta. Demand leave. hello. There's a lot of commercial ships going very slowly in system. Okay. I mean, if you want to colonize this system, that's fair dues. I don't, not with that. And not at the moment with the Colony Act as well, but whatever. Here we go. We've told them demand leave, and they agree. Excellent. Thank you. Sod off. By the way, I do want to just sing the praises of Aurora Electrons again. I just loaded it up right before we started playing for this episode, and it was telling me, hey, you've got low efficiency populations. And I was like, yeah, I know, don't worry. But it also was saying, like, here's the production schedule. You've got a load of stuff coming up. Fantastic, thank you. We're going to scrap you. How long till we do? Scrap. Okay, we just completed Thermal Sensor Sensitivity 8, Epsilon Shields, and Max Squadron Jump Radius. We've got a lot of stuff done there. And every single one of these affects our command cruisers. Oh well, we'll deal with that, at some point. Probably when they're built, and then I have to completely redo them. Whatever. Anyway, going over here to our research. If we go to power propulsion, 8,000. Yes, we do want to do the jump radius 500 because that will get us outside of immediate beam range. So we'll add that to the queue. I think that's definitely a good one to go for here. And honestly, let's actually... I was going to say move it down. I'm actually going to cancel that, unfortunately, and start from scratch. Because I want to do the ones that are going to affect our jump drive all at once, so we don't have to do, 2 upgrades to the jump drive. Whereas this 3 times thing, that's going to affect missiles, and it's going to take a while, and fightercraft, and it's less important than completely redoing a capital ship. So we'll add that to the queue. That'll actually be done pretty fast. Like, it'll be done January next year, so less than a year's time. Unless you die. Don't die, Sam Sivian. Don't die. Because we go from a 50% to a 20%. That's the problem with scientists. They die. But the one area in your entire empire where you're like, I have this person. If they fail, single point of failure, we're in trouble. It's very frustrating. Right. Epsilon shields. That's fantastic. I'm almost tempted to just start making adjustments to existing things just so that when we start pumping them out, they're using Epsilon shield generators, because that'll add a significant amount of defensiveness. I will want to upgrade existing ships, but where we want to make the adjustment to ships that are going to be pumped out in the current, batch. Not ones that are actually being built at the moment, but, next time I hit the build button. Probably do. Because the shield generator will be the same size. It will not use more power. It will just be slightly more expensive. It won't affect the internals of the ship. It will be literally the same size. It might require more crew or something is my only guess. Or maybe, more maintenance supplies. But I don't think that's really the case, and even if it is, it's very minor, so... we're also trying to produce support supplies in places we can't. Let's not do that. Calica. Stop. Why are we refining on? Either way, maintenance is off, and... Zoe. Stop. Oh, it's on by default, that's why. I'll leave it on. Let me know if something's gone weird. Right. Hello, missile cruiser. We do have a larger laser. We could feasibly, replace, our spinal lasers, etc. I don't think that's something we want to do, because that will mean big changes. I mean, it won't make a difference, actually, to the beamfire control, because that's going flat out. It would be a bigger weapon. Are we working on advanced spinals right now? Yes, we are. Okay, yeah, we'll probably want to change lasers maybe when we have advanced spinals, but we'll definitely want to change our shields over, and that affects every single one of our military ships. So this will affect the missile cruiser, our destroyer escort, command cruiser. It will affect... I'm gonna close the ones we don't need. Go away, shoot. Our heavy carrier, although admittedly there'll be a lot of changes by the time that's ready to go, so I'll probably do this when I start retooling rather than right now. Or, you know, I could do it right now, not worry about it, yeah. Frigate escort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is correct. So we've got our 30,000, our 30,000, our 20, our 20, and our 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And EnterElysium as well. Okay, let's design tech. In fact, actually, before designing tech, let's go to our shields and obsolete that component straight away. So it's a 71 strength shield. And this is going to be, I think, off the top of my head, an 85. Yeah, so we're getting 14 more points. I think that's worthwhile. The other thing we could be waiting for is we could wait for the increase in the size of the shield generator. But that would require quite a lot of messing around on the internals of the ship and might mean that we need to retool for it. This is going to be small enough that we won't need to retool. So that's why I'm not overly worried here. We'll just make that a little bit more concise. Mass 1 kiloton. And then company name Turin. Really? Again, Turin? Okay, Turin. Wow, I really hope someone's claimed Great House Turin at this point. And we will instant that out. So we're going to copy class. And you know what? I'm just going to do this real quick, and then I'll be back with you. Why did it just open up a whole load of these? Why you... Go away. Shoo. Okay. I've changed them all to 1-A. The idea being that this isn't really a big enough thing to call it a 2. So this is just a small mod. So I'm going to call it A. It's the A mod. We'll also want to do the same to the Pride of Elysium. Although for this, because it's not even locked, we can just boop, 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 boop. Done. And there we go. The Ice Lord 1A is possible to refit into without actually having to do a retool because it's such a small change. So we will refit those 4. And I believe we'll refit the professors. Beautiful. Same with the Mighty Trick here. Okay, Hoyle's complaining about overcrowding. I think we have... Yeah, we've got a unit of Jagnath 2s here that are kind of like, hey, we don't got a job. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have a job for a reason. It's because you're so slow. I'd like to be able to replace you. Actually, no, you are being replaced. Sweet, you are being upgraded. Perfect. I guess these ones are close to getting back to Earth. But you are. And quite honestly, you're much faster. So we're going to take you to Hoyle to get them to fix the overcrowding issue. All right, go to Europa because it's livable. Grab the infrastructure off there. Auto route over to Hoyle. So fast. And unload all installations. Then auto route back. And we'll just do this probably like 19 times or something. Maybe not 19. You know what? Yeah, let's... No, this is the 20 group. We'll do it 9 times. It's unnecessary really to go any further with it. Okay. The Grosvenor Protectorate request our forces leave Lewis as the system lies within their territory. And they requested this of Asteroid 88. They didn't request that the asteroid leave the territory. They requested that our deep space tracking station on it leave their territory, which is surprising considering for a while I was thinking that the ghosts were the ones who claimed to own Lewis. I guess they must have colonized it. That's what we must have seen when those really slow ships came in. It must have been like a colonizing group. I bet they're on like Lewis A2 or something. Weird choice. Sure. I mean, this is a decent planet. Lewis A3 is pretty decent. And at one point we did think about colonizing it, but the issue is it's such a hub system. And also now, you know, it has that. Really far away, actually. That's scary. Yeah, I think we agree. And by agree, I mean we take away the one deep space tracking station that they know about. They didn't say they knew about any others. So we'll go through to Lewis. We'll load the installation. Whoops. We could just dump it on a different asteroid, which is very tempting. But we won't. We've got enough other stuff in the system. We don't need to worry too much. Well, you know what we could. Sure. Asteroid 184. Okay, I don't know actually where that one is. Oh, 184 is down here. A bit far away, but hey, it means that hopefully we won't detect it. Not quite close to the Earth. If it's rotating that way, I don't know which way we're rotating around the sun and this star, but if we get close to the Ether Rift, we can scan that. Alternatively, if we come down here, we can scan like the Madman place. Or our jump point to Agent. Actually, that's reasonable. That gives us options. Then auto route back to Sol. And we will pull that a good one. Okay, a lot of refits have been done. Yes, you're requesting my forces leave. That I get it. It's taking time. Okay, just chill. We'll get there. We'll build some more Ice Lords. Yeah, I think we'll just build 4 more. And Firefash. We've got 1 built. Can do the Crimson Deacon. Yes, we will upgrade you. Perfect. And then the Professor. We will construct more Professors. And then the Mighty Trick. We will also construct more Mighty Tricks. This is going on quite nicely. We don't have the missiles for them. Dear God, no, we've got no missiles. It's a bit of a problem. You might see, hey, you've got missiles here, but the missiles aren't in the ships. The ships are actually set to not have any missiles in them by default at the moment. I will fix that at some stage, but honestly, we can just load them from Earth if we ever need them. It will take a few hours, but right now I'm not really concerned about super fast response, although maybe I should be considering this. Yeah, we should do that. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm actually suddenly realized, maybe this wasn't the best of ideas. You don't use missiles. You don't use missiles. You, I believe, are already loaded with missiles. No, you are not. What? I made the damn missile for you and then I gave it to you. Fine. Stilettos. That's your job. Right. And then Missile Cruiser. Now, this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting. We get to choose between Wakazashis and Katanas. I think the 2-to-1 ratio kind of worked for us last time. Depends if the enemy have anti-missile missiles. Precursors do. Everyone else, maybe. So, yes, I think it's worthwhile. Right. 84 times 6, but that's only like... what, 3.5 salvos? Yes, 3.5 salvos. So each salvo is 24. This is easy enough. What we'll do is we'll just put the salvos in one at a time. So And the default load will be katanas. Probably. 24, 24, 24. That's 3 volleys. We probably want to go up again, so let's go up again. So that is 4 volleys. Then, if we just fill the rest of Wakazashis, we get 4 volleys of Wakizashi, because this thing can do 8 volleys. We don't want a 50-50 loadout, so what we'll do is we'll take one from one to the other. That'll be a 5-3 ratio. I think that's reasonable. So we'll reduce that by 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll remainder. Done. So we've got 5 volleys of katanas and 3 volleys of Wakazashis. Perfect. Okay, no one else needs missiles, so we should be fine here. We might want to replace the missiles in our older ships, because we're going to keep them around, so there's no point in them having the old missiles. We will do that. We won't tell them to reload at the moment. We'll do that when we've got an excess, but for now, we will let them have the benefit of the doubt. Where do we find it? It's Missile Destroyer, the Vash 2. And then 120 katanas. Hey, just as expected. Oh yeah, and then we had the 1 spare, didn't we? And then 48 Wakazashis. Effectively, with this new generation, we've added 1 extra volley, which we're going to have be Wakazashis. I think that's the right choice. And we will take that last one away. And if the question does come up, the name of sponges? Sure. It probably won't come up as a question, but we will allow you to have Wakazashis. Great. And just in case, Battle Fleet, admittedly, there are only how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's enough. There's 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. Yeah, it's worth reloading. 5 missile cruisers is enough to spoil anyone's day, so we will load ordnance from colony. Oh, you've got shipyard tasks. Really? 15 shipyard tasks? I think that means that there's 15 ships being built that are going to go into the battle fleet. Fine. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. We will have you and you attach, because those are the ones that require missiles. The Black Sun is a collier ship. It requires missiles in the same way as, like, a store requires toys. Like, yes, it can sell them, but the most important thing is making sure the kids get them for Christmas. That was a weird metaphor. I don't know why I went that route. Anyway, we're going to detach Earth, load ordnance, and then we're just going to get straight back in the battle fleet. Just join. They're complaining a lot. This is an unmanned tracking station. We could just move it. And by move it, I mean delete it. Come on. Let me unskip, unforwards, pause, stop. Thank you. You're requesting our forces leave again. Okay, you are requesting right now, so at least you're somewhat polite. How did we do with ammo? 1 ship didn't get any, and 1 of our anti-missile ships didn't get any. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it could be. Right. You're still on your way to the Lewis jump point. Okay, they aren't even requesting, so we'll keep going for now. In fairness, I would delete it if I thought they genuinely had a proper claim to the system, but this seems a little bolshy. No, this system's been neutral ground for so long. If they get uppity and demand, we will just delete it and call it quits. Okay, they're requesting. We've just sent out our ship, which for some reason is coming out at a weird angle. Oh, you're going to jump from here to here. Is that really going to save you time? I guess a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, hello. All the civilian ships we just saw by popping in system. Hello. Okay, you're requesting again. That's lovely. We built a load of Onyxes, which instantly means we're going to go over here and be like, hey, you know those Onyxes you just built? Can they go straight back to the yard? Okay. It's time. Ridiculously sized Borealis Shipbuilding Company, 60,000 ton, is ready. Now, I was kind of hoping that we would have this, but that's going to be done January. That's fine. We'll just bite the bullet for now. Let's have a look at the changes we want to make before we just retool for it. We are looking for our heavy carrier. Heavy beyond a H. Why cannot find H? It's a simple letter. There we go. Heavy carrier. Pride of Elysium. Right. You are updated to the latest shields. Pardon me. You have ECM 2. No need for ECM because you don't have space for it, in all honesty. You do have 2 beam fire controls, which might be unnecessary for the amount of beams you have, but you are huge, so I'd like you to have some redundancy. Do we want to make any changes before we basically ship this and say this is good? I'd be tempted to just basically remove a shield generator. That would bring us down to 4. I am not a massive fan of that. We could add armor instead of it. Quite a lot of armor, to be fair. How much armor can we add? Let's see. Yeah, I could add like 2 layers of armor, which is just 2 layers along a... Ooh, how long is the hull? 136. So yeah, you're adding like 260 something points of armor. Very, very tempting. I don't think there's much else we can really say about this. We do have better sensors. I believe we did get a better thermal sensor tech. So let's just go check on that. Thermal sensors. Yeah, we're up to sensitivity 8. For this, sensitivity 6 sensor, we could slim that down somewhat. We might be able to save like a few 50s of tons. Not much, but it might add up. We can save, how much is this? 50 tons, and we get an even more sensitive sensor. Alternatively, we could just be like, sod it. We'll have the same tonnage of sensor, and now we can detect, you know, another third as well. Which is pretty tempting. What can we do with 50 tons? Like, it isn't much. We need 150 to use electronic countermeasures, and even then we've got 2 beam fire controls. We could add another damage control, but I'm pretty sure damage controls are 150. They are. We could add a bit of fuel. Yeah, honestly, we'll just go with the this is just as big. Wrong way. Although that said, I probably should have done this also to our command cruisers. I forgot that we had this upgrade. It's vaguely an important upgrade as well, because it'll be useful to detect like enemy ground forces and so on. So we'll have to consider that. But company name, Taryn Lind. Taryn and Turin are very close together. That's why I keep being like, oh my god, they're a thing. They're doing so well. 300 tons. Taryn Lind. Linda making a comeback. Fresh tech. We will obsolete component. Obsolete component. There we go. And I think we'll do the same to the Firefash. In this case, I'm tempted just to do a in situ because the cost of changing this over is going to be ever so tiny. And just be like, you know what? I'm just going to do the whole unlock thing. I didn't need to unlock. Why is that? Okay. Yeah, that's weird. EnterElysium. Anything we want to change here. Anything at all. This is the final stage. The final countdown. One thing we could do is we could make the engines less redundant. Effectively, instead of 6 engines, we go to 4 engines. They'd be more efficient, and thus we wouldn't need them to be huge. Like, I'm going to run the numbers on this because it's one of the things I was considering. And by run the numbers, I mean we'll get up A4X calc. Hello. So, ship optimizer. You already know the details about our ships. Ooh, except we do have a better fuel efficiency now. Aha! Maybe this is going to be worthwhile. And then we say desired tonnage is dumb. Speed is quick. And range is some. That's the right description. 4 engines. Okay. It's recommending that we have 1.7 boost engines at 71 size. Let's just bring up the design tech to see what this will look like. Engine 1.7 is that's a lot. A lot of boost. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Although, this one here is exactly 8,000. A little bit less. You know what? We'll go for this one. A little bit more sedate. Much bigger. Needs less fuel though. How much was the difference? It was like 30, 20 something tons. Yeah, okay, that's fine. 160% and a 75 size. Pretty big engine. Not as big as our commercial engines, but obviously the burn rate is much, much more. Okay, we're getting an extra 50% EP, which is exactly right, because this is a 1,600 EP. If we're going to have a third less engines, we need a 50% increase, so we're getting extra 800 EP. That's fine, and the weight is an extra 50%. We will be saving a little bit on fuel. How much fuel does this have in it? Fuel. 6 million! Oh, right. Yeah, we get a lot of efficiency, like going to 75. We're at 0.37, whereas if we were down at 50, we'd be at 0.45. Yeah, we're saving about a third of our fuel. That makes sense. Well, we're saving a quarter, but then the higher boost is costing us a bit of that. Anyway, this would save us 2 million litres of fuel. 2 million litres of fuel is quite a bit of space. It's equivalent to, what, a very large? And very larges are 1,000 tons? Very, very, very large. Very, 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 very large. Where is it? Here we go. Oh my god. Yeah, this is combined with the fact we're going from 0.6 efficiency to 0.5 efficiency. The change is definitely worth it. In fact, we will be doing this. So it's a special engine just for this ship. IFD. 1, 2, 3. Your EP, fuel per EP is actually measured in milli just. 591 milli. And your mass is 3.75k. Yes. I'm just thinking, 2 of these would be able to drive our ships with 3 engines. Not that we want to do that. Going down to 2 engines in our, I think, what are they, 30,000 tons? Yeah, 2 engines is too risky. Company name, still to Strain Thrust. And that is good. We're going to instant it out. Refresh our tech. We probably shouldn't be placing these engines back in anyone. They are out of date now. So I'm actually going to start obsoleting them because we have the 0.5 and, well, 0.7 to 0.6 isn't much of an increase, a decrease in fuel use. 0.6 to 0.5 is, it's getting to that stage where I'm like, maybe we need to obsolete all these engines. I don't think I will because of one reason, and that entire reason is we started making some and stockpiling them. So, but I will bear this in mind. If we make a new design that's going to be used in a lot of places, we will change this around. Okay, where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Replace with 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our range has gone up by 50%. Yes. So we're going to get rid of that because we do not need that. 1, 2. We'll also get rid of the fighter fuel storage. And this is very large here. I'm actually going to replace that with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, we have about 2,000 tons to play with. I'm going to start just juggling around this a little bit, and we'll see what we can come up with. Obviously, a bit of armor is great. More lasers would also be nice. That's definitely a thing. But obviously, it's not going to be the quick aiming lasers because the beam fire control is going to be pretty chunky, and I don't really want to have to deal with that. Okay, I know what we can do with this space. In addition to maybe upping the armor to 16, we do have that new laser size, and that would mean that our spinal laser would go from 16 damage every 20 seconds to 26 damage every 30 seconds. And the range would be so ridiculous. Like, we do not have a beam fire control that can fire a third of that. So, no, we need to work on a beam fire control tech, but the damage is incredible. Not as high as some we've seen. We've seen people shooting for 37, so, you know, I still feel a bit outdone. And it's not a lot larger. It's 500 tons. I think that this is a pretty good bet. Admittedly, we'll probably want to upgrade to an advanced at some stage, but I think we give this thing the biggest lasers possible. It's meant to be a kind of chunky vessel, and yes, it's not optimal, but it's meant to be like a real go-getter. I don't know why I said that. I feel that was definitely the wrong phrase to use. But it's meant to be pretty badass. Anyway, I'm going to whip out some lasers and do this. DeWitt Kinetics is making our lasers. I guess maybe they branched out. I would recommend they change the name from Kinetics. Photonics? Okay, and this is DeWitt Vandermeege. Now, this one's actually a C4. The capacitor rate is a 4 because capacitor rate of 5 didn't actually improve the fire rate. And there's a reason for that. It's because each point of damage is a point of power. So every 5 seconds, this provides 4 power. 4 times 4 is 16, so it'll take 5 seconds, it'll take 20 seconds. If we upgrade that to 5, 3 5s is 15. It would still need another tick. It would get to 20 power. That's more than it needs. It would fire, but it would take 20 seconds to get the 16 power, and it, you know, the extra 4 isn't needed. So, yeah, we're going to use a C4 for this. Sure. And instant that as well. Fresh tech. Dig out the spinal. Dig out those lasers. And chuck that in. Now, funnily enough, despite chucking them in, we don't need a bigger power supply. The 5 power is the same as the spinal, and this 20 power could actually be decreased because we were providing 4 lots of 5. It's now 4 lots of 4. We can actually go down to a smaller power supply, or we could just chuck in an extra laser, which I'm gonna do because I can. There we go. Obviously, this is a lot. Each laser is an extra 100 tons, so that's an extra 600 tons in total. And that's bringing us close to the limit. But we still get that +2 armor. I think this is a good trade-off. Like, we just traded a little bit of redundancy in engine, which is fine. And we still got like 5 layers of shield. So, how much is our shield? 425. Yeah, we can take a bit of a hitting. I don't want to just say we're going to be indestructible because, well, quite frankly, we aren't. A big, attack could definitely sink us, but we're good. And there we go. Back to our 60,000 tons. Our range is 20.3 billion, and our maintenance life is 1.61 years, with 16,000 maintenance parts on board. Okay. This will do. I really like it. This feels much better to me now, because, well, these lasers are going to be pretty painful. Admittedly, they are very slow firing. They're 20 rather than being 10, so it's going to take us a while to fire these, but they are long range. They are going to be very, very good at hitting targets, or the targets aren't going ridiculously fast, because obviously they're limited by the speed of the craft. So, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that outcome. Thank you very much for recalculating. Right. Shipyards. Retool. Yes, please build something tiny at this shipyard. We'll retool for the Pride of Elysium. Done. And then we'll construct Battle Fleet, Pride of Elysium, and we're going to name this ship. We're not going to go with that simple name. It is a G1, Pride of Elysium. And we are going to name this... we should name it after... What should we name it after? I think I'm going to name it after games I really like. Mostly because I want to call this the Heart of Iron. And it's Hearts of Iron, but whatever. It sounds cooler to say Heart of Iron. We will create that. It will take 2 years. Almost 3. Sure. By the time it's out, we'll need to refit it. But whatever. It's going to spend half its life in dock, isn't it? Right. With that said, I believe you can be scrapping. I think this is the very last of our old science ships. Okay. Okay. We have a group of 20 who's just like, what do you want us to do? We'll grab some of the automated mines from Titan. They're not needed there anymore. And we can always replace them with mines later on. We're actually going to start placing them, I think, around Alleyways, because there's actually a couple of places who've set up their mining operations here. And we should really get in on this, because there's a lot of minerals in this place. Like, a lot. Like, where do we want to put some? Like, here could be one. Admittedly, only the geranium is really high enough quantity to value. This is a reasonable. We'll see if there's better. This is getting better. This Gallicite. I think we might want to create a colony there. You know, we'll skip through. See if there's any that, like, supremely register. This is nice, just because of the sheer amount of, like, different things. We drain the place pretty quickly. Okay, this one, there's enough there. I think we're going to just plonk a colony down. Okay, this one, hell yes. Asteroid 62. Very nice. Very much appreciate that. Asteroid 14, Asteroid 10. Asteroid 1 to an extent. Okay. Asteroid 62. And Asteroid 14. Those are our targets. So we will auto. Unload all. Auto route to Sol. Refuel. Load installation automated mine. And then we're going to go to, since we went to 14 here, we're going to dump on 62 this time. And at some point, we're going to have to do a delivery of mass drivers. Luckily, we have people available for that. Although, we could probably just seed them with multiple mass drivers for one group, but whatever. Yeah, how many times do we want to repeat this? There are, in theory, 110, and if we're taking 20 at a time, 2 batches, it's got to be a multiple of 40, so I guess we'll take 120. Don't know where we're getting the other 10 from. Maybe we take 10 from Earth to Titan just to be picked up by this group. Oh, you need to go back to Earth. Sorry. There we go. You're happy now. You are... Yeah. How many automated mines are there? There are enough. We will move them to Titan just so someone else can pick them up later. Okay. And after you've done that, load mass drivers. Let's go for a walk. I think we just seed a bunch of these. There's like, how many places in alleyways actually have mass drivers? I'm actually not sure. Right, so you have 1. Alleyways 2, did I give you 1? No. Alleyways 3, no. These 3 asteroids, no. Okay, so that's 5 already. I guess we can put down more. Do you want to put down some in Idril or Agent on the way? I'm just saying. Idril. I'm noticing a large number of moons here that we've noted. Don't have mass drivers on them. Quite a lot of them. Admittedly, a lot of them have really kind of crappy mineral amounts. I guess I was like very happy-go-lucky that day. Ooh, that's a lot of pressure. Under pressure, pushing down on me, pushing down. And what about Agent? Yes, you do have mass drivers where it matters. Or not. There is no mass driver here. Okay, there needs to be a mass driver dumped on Comet 2 in Agent. That's actually probably the easiest one to do real quick. So when you get to Agent, Comet 2, unload, maximum 1, mass driver. Does Comet 1 deserve one? Yeah, it's got some Sarium. Sure. Unload. Mass driver. Okay. With that said and done, we'll move on to Idril. And Idril, like, nothing has any sort of... Admittedly, though, I probably think we should delete some of these pops, because... Are these minerals worth it? Yeah. I'm gonna go with no. You are. Moon 1. Moon 18. And Moon 3. It actually works out really well for us. We'll delete. And delete. 1, 18, and 3. Great. So, transit through to... Drill. 1. $18. 3. Okay, then Alleywiz, and there's like a whole load of stuff here that we're going to need to do. Unload Mass driver. Unload mass driver. Unload mass driver. Unload mass driver. And unload mass driver. And that will take you a while. So when you're done, come back to Sol. Oh, we just got the buff to our research rate. Awesome. And we've refitted the Lord of Light, the Fireflash A1, and we've refitted. Perfect. We now have another of our. Where are they? Sapphire Ebony's updated. Sweet. We're going to rename you. Obviously, just add that little one. And then we're going to go Earth load. No, not Earth. Lunar load colonists. That's the one. And then we'll auto route over to Aliwiz and unload on the Holy Rock. And then just skip back to Sol. Because the Holy Rock is just so good. And we're going to do that 19 times. We want to try and get that place up to a decent population and then start delivering mines and then set up a proper production going of just moving minerals back. And honestly, it'll be really good. Obviously, I'm going to add a caveat to this. It does not have as many minerals as a homeworld. And therefore, we can't ever put like 2 billion people on it, a load of mines, and then say, oh, this will last forever. Because, you know, you get your homeworld out of mines in minerals, mines, whatever, in like, you know, a few decades. This thing, if we went full bore, would disappear, but it's still great. So we're probably going to want to get like 100 to 200 million people on it. Also, we just finished a Fireflash. We've got another one on the way. And how many do we have produced so far? 2. This means we'll have 3. Do we want to go to 4? Because we are going to have, obviously, the battleship, which is going to be a pretty chunky boy by itself. Might stop at 3 at the moment. So we won't actually be using that last build. And we can probably then start separating these into different battle fleets. Each... where are they? Where are they? Here we go. Each of our command cruisers getting a certain number of people. Now, I believe they have 5 people can jump drives. So 1 of them and 4 attendants. And then they're going to have a trail of other people who will follow them into battle when they're not attacking a jump point. So they'll have, you know, your 20,000 tonners. That said, it might be worth having redundancy. Maybe like a command cruiser and missile cruisers and a command cruiser and less big things. Yeah, maybe we go like a system where we have 2 command cruisers per fleet. As like a backup. Or hell, maybe we make fleet and like lesser fleet and then we just team them up all the time. That might be the way to go. Okay, yeah, I like this. In which case that does require a couple more Fireflashes. So we will construct Fireflash. Enduring Blade. Oh, I'm building Fireflash. No! It's meant to be a Fireflash A1, whatever, 1A. God damn it. Oh well. That is another civilian mining operation, which we will just instantly buy everything from. Because we can. Geranium only, and also a lot of it that's going to be available for 3,000 years. That's fine. I have no issue with this. Okay, we've done a whole load of stuff. We have got a bigger squadron jump radius. We've also got maximum engine power that's now being worked on, and we've got 2 terraforming things that are done. Let's start with Agent A2. You've got water vapor in the atmosphere. Yeah. And it's not actually happening because it's just staying in the atmosphere because it's above boiling. Well, we'll add oxygen and then we'll start. You know what? We should actually start on reducing the temperature first so that that can start dropping out of the atmosphere. Yeah, let's add Phrygium. And we'll go for like a 0.3 just to begin with. And the other one was, I believe, Aliwiz? Yes, Aliwiz A3. Why can't I find Aliwiz? Am I just going blind? Yes. Here we go. Colony cost is just complaining about water availability. Okay, well, let's put more water into the atmosphere. The surface temperature is a little bit cold, but acceptable. And we'll put in... terraform rate's pretty slow. We'll put in, like... Yeah, why not go 0.4 again? If we overshoot, that's fine. Seems reasonable. Okay. Right. That done. Pros Company have set up in Aliwiz on asteroid 188. So... Rose Company. Uranium, Neutronium. Galasite. All accessibility 1. Yeah, we'll take that. Now, please note that our racial wealth is going down. Slowish, but it is going down. So we should probably just, before I forget, queue up construction and production and wealth generation. I believe that's going to be next up. No, it won't be. Okay, we'll up-queue that so that it's top of the list here. Maybe we make some more, financial centers and put them on Luna, because Luna's the financial hub. Right, Jagnas got redone. Let's check if that means that we have a new fleet. I don't think it will. What are they? 68, 69. Oh, no. No, this has been an entirely updated fleet. Oh, great. Do we have anyone who's not doing anything who can be upgraded next? 31 days. Oh, ship by itself. No, that will block the slipways from finishing an entire fleet at once. Well, I guess 31 days. We're going to start on a 20 batch, which means 2 full rounds of upgrades, but whatever. Ooh. Sleepy Zoe is, instead of being mountainous, is now forested mountains. Ooh. Sleepy Zoe, looking down on me, looking down. Okay, yeah. That's the wrong one, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one we already terraformed. This is the right one. Surface temperature, really? Yeah, it's forested mountain despite being bleeding cold. I guess it was the water that's required to have forested mountain, so this didn't really factor into it. Fair enough. We'll be needing more of this, so I'm going to put that up to 0.6. It is a slow terraform. It's a 0.6 rate. It's actually below Earth rate. And do we have enough Sophie sets built now? We do. Going down to... Really wish I could color code this, you can color code the events, make it quicker to kind of scan through. Here we go, the survey fleet. They're currently under science and nothing else. I'm probably gonna say we move them under Grav, just because they need to be somewhere. And then, oh, no. Survey fleet should be under Science, because what we do is we then grab everyone. Make sure we've got everyone. We then detach. We put this under Grav. We then do the standing orders, which is if your fuel gets to less than 20%, refuel from colony or hub, and if you get to supply points less than 20%, then I guess resupply at colony. And then we say survey next 3 system locations. Oh, we could say survey next 3 system locations or bodies, and then you would travel to places manually. We won't deal with that right now. Okay, survey next 3 system locations and survey next 30 system bodies. That way, when they travel back for fuel, they'll get somewhere, they'll refuel and go, oh, there's nowhere for me to survey. What do I do, boss? At which point I can tell them to go home to get a full-on overhaul. You can do that with this one, but it is broken and it will throw bugs at you. So, yes, that's fine. And then we tell them to move here and then divide into single ships. Ta-da! That's the quickest way to do it. Some people have asked before. That's the easiest way to give orders to multiple ships at once. Okay, we want to send you to Nelt Tab and jump through, find out what's on the other side, because I suspect we'll find our way to Ghosts, which means we probably need to garrison Zanmar to stop them coming in this way and interfering with our area between Subject Delta. So Nelt Tab, N for Nelt Tab. Unexplored jump point. 43 days. I like you being fast. Right. I think we also send another one to Nelt Tab, because that's quite an important location. And I'd like to know the answer to this. Warmonger is basically habitable, so I kind of want to send someone up there to look at the mineral deposits, so we will send you to Warmonger. It's been a while since I updated that. We'll send someone to Tirgal, because there's definitely stuff that needs doing in Tirgal. We'll send you to Melissa Riddle. I'm looking for ones that like haven't been fully mineral surveyed that might be like germane to the thing at hand. I like the word germane. It means pertinent and relevant. I think something like that. It's got a 2-factor part of it, which is. Should we go to Celerius? That's got a lot to be done. Yeah, let's go to Celerius. Celerius, it's Celerius. Idril goes to Planet. Planet has unexplored jump points. That, for me, is a sign that we should definitely be looking at those jump points. So, yes, we will be going to Planet. Going through a jump point. And then you can go to the other one. This is going to be a voyage of discovery. Okay. Let's send 3 to Nelt Tab in the end, mostly because if the ships are coming from that direction, I need to know. And I'd also like to, honestly, explore that because I haven't done my due diligence. I should have explored that much more recently, and I've forgotten about it. I honestly have got way too carried away with other things. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps from Sol. It should be explored. Same for Dracon. I need to take a fleet up to Dracon and actually fight them but there are precursors there. That's probably where we're going to try out our new military once we get enough that I can leave some behind in Sol. I don't want to take our entire military up to Dracon, not with there now being enemy empires that are telling us to get away from certain locations. Who's in here, by the way? Oh, the diplomatic vessel, yeah. And also strange warp rifts to like demon realms that could do weird stuff. Like, it seems like a bad idea to just send our fleet away to do something that can honestly wait till the end of time and wouldn't make a difference. Okay, we're now in late January of 2100. The turn of the century marks a new starting point for us, where we have Aetherists all over the place, but a military that might not suck. With that, we're going to call it for the episode, and there will be an election coming, which might have some pretty big ramifications, considering things are starting to get to a head. If you've enjoyed, go check out the Discord, get involved in all the shenanigans going on, the interactivity and so on, the RP, link down below, link.ee/EnterElysium, and also there's an announcement feed there where you announces all my videos and my streams. But if you want to take a more Russian roulette approach, you could try subscribing and doing the bell icon down below, and maybe YouTube might tell you about something. But also, if you like and comment, that does really help the algorithm. I've been EnterElysium. Until next time, stay shiny.